Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tamara. If you're new here, my channel primarily consists of beauty, a little bit of fashion, a little bit of lifestyle. Today we're getting into the makeup. I feel like I've turned this back into a makeup channel a little bit. I've been doing a lot more makeup videos than I've been doing anything else. So I know I previously said I'm gonna chill on buying the makeup, but there's been so many good makeup releases, not just like makeup releases, like good, solid makeup releases. And there's been like some re-releases. And I bought some. So let's play in some new makeup and talk about life lately. I'm trying to decide what to actually start with because there's literally so much stuff that I'm trying. I actually just washed my face, so maybe let's start with hydrating my face with the MAC Hyper Serumizer. They always say this is good to start off with a nice, clean, moisturized face. I don't use this often, but when I do use it, I do like it. It just like feels really good on the skin. I don't know that you need to get it, but I like it. I had every intention on keeping in these braids till like Thy Kingdom Come, but the way things are set up right now, like it's starting to pull and I'm getting so angry, so I'm laying my edges while we talk. Maybe let's start with the brows. Also, lighting. What do you guys think? It's a little warm, it's a little shiny, but I think I'm figuring it out. I said I was not going to get any more equipment, and then I got this like big light. So I'm hoping this helps with my situation because I just want my videos to be quality. But we'll see, fingers crossed. This is my first time shooting with it on my camera. So I've been seeing this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. So usually they have like the spatula one where you can dip into it, but I wasn't hearing great things about that. So they put this out in like a tube version. I've actually used it before. Definitely gives you that laminated like stick to your face look. So like make sure you get it down packed the first time you put it down, because once you put it down, it's not moving. I kind of gotta concentrate while doing my brows so they don't end up looking too crazy. I know I get excited for new makeup releases, and there have been like so many good ones. Is there anything that you guys have been excited about? Is there anything that you saw recently that you're like, hey, I actually want to pick that up? Comment down below and let me know. There may be some of them in this video, so maybe it'll help you decide if you actually want them or not. I think we're going to start with my eyes because I don't actually know what look I want to do with it. I got the Danessa Rise Groundwork palette. It is this gorgeous pink palette with like creams and powders, and pink is my favorite color, so I was like, obviously I have to get it. I'm going to start by, I think this is empty. I'm going to start by priming my eyes. I just use concealer. You can use one of those eye primer thingamajigs. I just don't. I think concealer works just fine for me, and that's what I've been using. I usually try and go like something that's pretty similar to my skin tone. This is a little bit lighter, but it still won't work. You know what? Before we start this eye look, let's actually prime our face. I am using the e.l.f. Jelly Primer. I have heard so many things about this. I have never used it before. It was a limited release previously, but everybody was oh, this smells so good. It's watermelon. I've heard so many good things about this primer. Like, it was a limited release previously, but I don't know if it's back permanently or if it's still just like a limited release, but they just re-released it recently. And this is my first time using it. It's definitely sticky. It kind of reminds me of the Power Grip primer. It feels really good on your skin though. e.l.f. has been like killing the game recently with all of like their dupes and releases. Like, I have so much e.l.f. stuff. Majority of the stuff that I've tried, I've liked. If you're a girl or a guy that doesn't like to spend a lot of money on makeup, e.l.f. has been coming out with some great releases. I might do another full face of e.l.f. soon, so we can talk about that. Full disclosure, I've definitely used this like once. It's a little tricky to use, I'd say. Like, it's this like creamy, powdery part, and then it's like this powder part on the side, but it is so pretty. I think I'm gonna go in with Evermore, this like brown, because I think I'm gonna go for more of like a brown look instead of a pink look today. I've never tried this color, so we're just going to, that's darker than I thought it would be. All right, we're gonna work with it. Let's just blend this out. Maybe I'll add some pink to it. We're just gonna see where this ends up. That's what we're going with. I feel like with this lighting, I look a little red. What do you guys think? Oh, that's so much more dramatic than I wanted it to be. We might be starting over. I think we're starting over already. Oh, I don't have enough time for this, unfortunately, but I'm going to start this eye over. We're going to go with a pink look instead. All right, we're going to try this again. We're going to go with a lighter color. Maybe let's go, I feel like I've used that before. Maybe let's go in with Adorn this time. It's like this like peachy color. Let's cross our fingers because last time was an absolute fail. I feel like with this palette, it's definitely like a little bit of a learning curve. You just gotta like keep playing with it in order to get the look that you want. This is a pretty color though. Still a little bit darker than I wanted to go with, but at this point, we're gonna roll with it. By the time that you see this, it might be over, but it is Gemini season. It is my season. I know Geminis get like the worst reputation. People have like the worst things to say about us. I think it just like depends on the Gemini, right? Like not all Geminis are created equal. I think I'm gonna go in with this. Which one do I wanna use? I might go in with Crush. Maybe let's go for like a lighter pink look. I'm nervous. I tried using this with a brush last time. I'll do one side with the brush. It's kind of hard, so I think it's easier to just use your finger because it's like a cream product. That's very white. I think I'm crumbling at the bits right now because I know I need to be out of here soon, and that's what happens. When you actually have something to do, you start to like fall apart. I think I'm actually going to stay with Crush, and I'm just going to build on it. But yes, it is Gemini season. My coworker clocked me though. She's like, huh, you're a Gemini, that makes sense. She's like, some days you're just like super joyous, laughing, all of that, and then other days you're just like dead to the world. You're not talking, you're just in your own little corner. I was like, huh. Thought I was more of a covert Gemini than that, but I guess that is not the case. This is not coming together, but it's going to come together. Like this looks like a toddler is doing my makeup, but like it's gonna come together. Just you wait. Just you wait. I'm gonna go back in with that same Adorn color and kind of like diffuse out the edges that look crazy. This year for my birthday, I made like a little last minute decision to go to Universal Studios. It has been 32 almost took me off of this planet, I swear. It was like the craziest, most like so many things were happening that I was like, yeah, we're gonna celebrate the fact that we made it to 33. Me and my sister just went to Universal Studios in Florida. Hit up Harry Potter World. That was a lot of fun, but it was so hot. Those lines were so long. If you ever go, you have to use an express pass. We did an express pass one day, and we got through like everything, and we didn't do an express pass one day, and we literally got through like 4 rides. So if you're going, I would absolutely suggest doing an express pass. It is definitely, it's expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Where is this eye look going? I want somebody to tell me because I don't even know. Let's build a little something on the outside. Maybe let's go this like deeper lovesick color, and we're just gonna pat it on the outside of the crease. I know for some people birthdays aren't that big of a deal, but for me this year I was like, you know what, let's be a little bit more intentional with things going forward. For example, I tend to spend a lot of time in the house because I work a job where I'm talking to a lot of people a lot of the time, and sometimes the conversations are like a little bit heavy. So by the time it comes to the weekend, I really just want to like rest and not really do anything. But I am telling myself this year I gotta like be a little bit more intentional about getting out of the house. Maybe I've said that before, but I'm like, girl, you don't really have any friends here anymore. Like all of my friends have moved away. So now I'm like, okay, now I have to be more intentional about meeting people, but like how are people meeting people as adults? That's what I want to know, because making friends as an adult is so hard. I think I want to go like even deeper. Maybe let's go in with Bliss. I talked about this a little bit on TikTok because this is something that's just like been on my mind. Like, how are people making friends as adults? Like, work. I mean, I don't really go to work to make friends. So like, that's not where I would expect to meet people. I did a little survey on TikTok because I did talk about this over there as well. And some people said that they have used Bumble BFF and like, it's been like a hit or miss. So I may try that. Otherwise, like, what are you guys doing? Are you going to like social groups? Are you going to certain events? I don't know. What are you guys doing to make friends as adults? I talked to my therapist. She's like, you gotta put yourself out there. You can't just sit here and complain about the fact that you don't have anybody to do anything with. You gotta put yourself out there. So I'm gonna try. This next year, I'm trying to be more intentional, so I'm gonna try. You know, on camera, like when you look at it like this, it looks nuts. But when you look at it in person, it looks nice. So we're just gonna go with my eye look. Looks nice. I think once I like line everything and like put everything into place like that, it'll look better. But I'm just gonna diffuse it out a little bit so it doesn't look so like this is here and this is here. We're gonna start with my color corrector from Sigma. This is the duo corrector. I use this in like every video. This is not new. It works really well for me. If you didn't know, Sigma is Minnesota based actually. They actually gave me a nice little goodie package because I so happened to be one of their tenants at one of the buildings that they own. They were doing a little inspection on the apartment that I used to live in, and they saw my makeup setup, and like I think it was like one of the owners of Sigma with like my property manager who was, but that's a different story for a different day. But they saw my makeup setup and they saw my makeup and they were like, hey, let's give you a goodie bag. So they dropped a goodie bag off at my house, which was like so cool. It had like brushes in it, eyeshadow palettes in it. It had lip products, which you've probably seen me use a couple of times. But it was actually a super legit goodie bag. So I can say I've been gifted by a brand at least once. I was going back and forth on the foundation that I actually wanted to use. I know the Urban Decay, that new foundation that everybody's talking about, it's like the Ultra Bond. That has been like all the rage. I know there's a request for me to do it, so I picked that up. I picked up a sample, but I think I want to do like a dedicated video for that. Instead of like trying a bunch of new stuff with the foundation, I feel like it's just not fair to like actually say how the foundation is. So I think I'm going to do my NARS Light Reflecting and just use a bunch of new products around that. I think the concealer that I'm using today is going to be a little bit on the heavier side, so using a lighter foundation I think will work. And then I'm actually going to use this new brush from Sigma. It is like a soft coverage brush. I wasn't going to get it, but I followed this girl on... I got makeup all over the shirt. That sucks because it's not going to come out. And this is one of my favorite shirts. It's fine. This is why I don't wear good clothes when I shoot makeup videos, because without a doubt, this is always going to happen. But back to these brushes. I follow this girl on TikTok. Her name is Jenny. I think it's like Green Eggs and Ham or something is her username. And she posted about these brushes, and I had been looking at them because Macy's was having its friends and family sale, and it was like a significant discount. I think this is the foundation soft coverage brush, is F48. Macy's was having their friends and family sale, and these were like significantly discounted. And if you know Sigma, you know they have like pretty, this is so soft, it feels so good. But if you know Sigma, you know that they have like pretty good brushes. They're known for their quality brushes. But I was like, girl, you have so many brushes, you don't need any more. But then I commented on Jenny's post about the brushes. She was like, yeah, girl, you need these. So I picked them up, and so far it feels so good on the skin. It doesn't feel like it just like soaks everything up either. I think at this point I'm always talking about how I basically just stay home and I don't really do anything. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Eraser Concealers. I have it in the color 21 and 16. But I'm also just always so tired, which I think has contributed to like a multitude of things. Like I said, I work in a people-facing position. I work long hours. I'm having conversations all day. I'm regulating people's emotions. I'm regulating my emotions. I'm like putting out crises. I'm like doing so many things, and it probably sounds like, as a physical therapist, you're probably like, you don't have to do that much, but you're actually doing like a lot of management of people's emotions and like regulation of your own nervous system. And I think that's why my nervous system is so messed up these days. That's another conversation for another day. But you're actually doing like a lot of like regulation of other people's emotions and all that type of stuff. And I can see so many people throughout the day, and I think that's why when I get home I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I want to lay here, I want to be in silence. I just don't like, I don't want to do the things. I know I should get out of the house on the weekends, but I'm just like, I'm so tired. And it becomes, to me, I'm so lazy. Tamara, get off the couch. You need to like go do the things that you need to do. But I'm also realizing that I need to just give myself more grace, because I feel like I give myself so much slack. But like, you are doing so many different things throughout the week. Like, give yourself some grace. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on like more positive like self-talk. Like, instead of like, Tam, you're so lazy, get off the couch, like, Tamara, you are tired. It is okay. Take the rest that you need, and when you are ready, get up and go and do the thing that you want to do. That blended out like so seamlessly. It's a super full coverage concealer. I'm not going super full coverage for tonight, so that's why I'm okay with using a sponge. But if I was going full coverage, then I would have used a brush. I think I said it in my last video, my full coverage video, you want to go like 2 to 3 shades lighter to just give yourself like dimension, so everything just doesn't look like you got a nice little fat face. One dimension. It's vital. I like to let it sit and dry, but I'm kind of in a hurry, so we're just going to blend it out. One thing that I've noticed recently is like social media used to be like so funny. Like, it used to be so funny. It used to be like light. Like, everything is so serious and so intense now, and everything is a think piece, and I am tired. I don't want to hear it anymore. I literally do not want to hear anymore. Not everything has to be a think piece. Please. How many times do we have to have this conversation about 50-50? If it works for you, you do what works for you. If it does not work for you, you do not have to get on the internet and argue with people about how you don't want to do 50-50 in your relationship. If you want a man that's a provider, you go and find that man that's a provider. You don't want a girl that's going to take advantage of you free money. Go find a girl that's not going to do that. We do not need to keep recycling these same conversations. I am tired. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. In that same regard, when it comes to sports, the WNBA is really getting its shine right now. This Caitlin Clark discourse, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Please, just do what works for you, you know? I feel like my makeup's actually coming out pretty well. I'm like hurrying, so I was a little bit concerned, but I feel like we're getting somewhere. We're gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury to set my under eye first before I put like a loose setting powder, because I have definitely been having the issue where my eyes start to fall apart, and they say if you use this before the loose, it should help. Lately, it's been helping me, so we're gonna go in with this first. Jeez, this is light. It's not supposed to be this light, but it is what it is. But I definitely do agree with Miss Jessie Wu about like, the men need to put the microphones up. I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. I have heard enough to know that I have heard enough. If I'm being honest, this is a safe space, because if I said this on TikTok, whoo, people will come for me because your videos just get pumped out to whoever. I've heard enough to know that I've heard enough. I've heard enough men's opinions to know that I don't need to hear any more opinions. What we need more of on the internet. Did y'all see that video of that man that was driving during his court appearance that he was not supposed to be driving on? And the judge was like, what is going on here? And the man's like, I am pulling in right now. Like, it was the most ridiculous thing, because his court date was for something with his license. Maybe it was like a revoked license. And the judge was like in shock and awe that this man is driving right now, even though he's not supposed to be driving. Let's put out more of those videos. Those are funny. It's not so heavy. It's not so like, there's not so much discourse. We're not talking about like decentering men. I think that is important, but that's another conversation for another day. But like, let's make social media light again. Why does everything have to be so heavy? You may have seen these on the scene. I actually meant to do a video on these, but you know, life be kicking my ass sometimes, so I haven't actually done it. So I picked up 3 different colors. I think I'm gonna go, these two kind of look the same. I think I'm gonna go with this like pink one, and then I'm actually going to do a video to break down the different ones that I have, because I have tried it before, and these, NYX really did it with this. The 3 colors that I do have, I'm going to be putting out like a short form video, like a TikTok type video, is Back and Butter, Had Butter, and Butter Than Before. Did I say I was going to do Butter Than Before? Let me crack these open and see. It's like, I think I'm probably going to do that color, because this color may be too dark for the occasion. Yeah, let's do Butter Than Before. I feel like there's definitely a time where there's nothing for me to watch on TV, and now we're being spoiled. Love Island is back. Love Island UK. You know, I don't like this brush. Let's use a different one. There was a time where there was really like, this is so pigmented. Holy crap. What am I gonna do? Okay. But yes, these are so pigmented, and they're like $10, so definitely be careful with this. But this is a very pretty color. I like it. Love Island is back. Love Island UK usually reigns supreme, but this year it seems like Love Island USA actually might be taking over, because Love Island UK is giving me boring. Like, I haven't gone back to watch it since like the 3rd episode. All the girls legitimately look the same. Like, I don't really like to talk about people's looks like that, but they all look I could not tell the girls apart, like, at all. I was like, I don't know who is Harriet, why is this girl telling us that she sleeps in the bed with her mom? She could have just said, I live at home. Like, what's going on? I don't think I really like it. I think there's just so much diversity last season. They were like, yeah, we need to go back to our roots. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of gleam in them. I've been going blush crazy this year. The girls have been releasing blush after blush after blush, and I've been picking them up. I'm actually going to do a video on my recent blushes and some of the blush releases, because there have been so many and I have been picking them up, unfortunately. But this one is beautiful. 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend this blush if you are looking for a blush, getting started with blush. This is super pigmented, so you just have to be careful, but it is so pretty and they have so many different colors that you can choose from. I'm going to go in with the loose setting powder from Huda Beauty and just set the rest of my face and my under eye. Love Island USA season 3 with like Cachet and like Cinco. That was probably like the last good USA season that I watched. But this season is kind of bringing it. I won't even lie to you. Like, I'm actually like tuned in. Odell Beckham Jr.'s little brother is on that show, which is interesting. He actually seems like a sweet kid compared to some of the other little misogynistic ones that are on there, being concerned about people's body counts. And like, let's talk about reality TV once again and how they do black women and how they cast black men that do not like their people. Hakeem, please get off of my screen. Please get off my screen. How dare you, as a dark-skinned black man, get on my screen and say that your type is someone with fair skin? I will never understand casting and why they cast people that just aren't interested in black women. And it's not even like to say like everybody there has to be interested in black women. It's more so they bring black women there and then they don't have anybody there for them. I don't understand. It pisses me off. It seems like this season is a little bit better USA wise for that. I have not checked back in on UK. I know there was Mimi and then there was one black gentleman named Io who was taking his pick of the women. I think Love Island USA might be taking it this year instead of UK, which is like shocking because usually UK is superior. The accents, it just adds. Like I told y'all, this is a Danessa Stan account. We are using the contour in the color Deep 1. It's not really a contour for me. It's definitely more like a bronzer for me because it's definitely more warm than it is cool. Usually I like to go cooler, but this is just how it worked out for me. If we're talking dating shows, let's talk Perfect Match. That just came out. Let's talk more gentlemen that are not interested in black women but will pretend to get into the house. Tolu's funny. Like, I feel like her personality is kind of like being Nigerian, which is fine. She represents Africa on that show. She had her little Ankara outfits, which was funny, but good for her for representing. Let's talk about Harry and how scary he is. That is a manipulative man, and that's what makes me scared to go back on the dating scene. Like, because men, a lot of men just don't really seem sane. Like, can I say that? Is this a free space? A lot of these men just like don't seem sane. And like Harry Jesse's, it's like scary because like a woman will call him on his ish and then he'll cry, he'll make a scene, and he'll gaslight them and manipulate them. That's scary. You're probably going to start second guessing yourself because you're like, well, is what I'm saying not accurate? Because I'm saying this to this man and this man is making it seem like what I'm saying is the most outrageous thing that anybody could have ever said, and it doesn't seem legitimate. And it's just scary to me. If you're watching the show, like, please comment down below and let me know. Harry's scary to me. Ugh. You know, I love a good dating show. So if you are watching Perfect Match or Love Island or any of that, comment down below and let me know what you think about things. Anybody watch Love Undercover on Peacock? That was my show. That was a very good show. I bought one more brush from the Sigma Soft Coverage collection. My contour is a little harsh here, no? I would say so. Let's blend that out a little bit more. If I use a cream, I usually have to go back through and use a powder to set it. This is the NYX Butter Melt Bronzer. When I tell you that NYX is doing the things right now as well, this bronzer, I've used it before. There's a lot of fallout when you use it. That kind of is what that is. But it's just this like really pretty, like it's like perfect for summer. Can you see how it is coming in? It is so pretty. I really like it. It's $10. I saw a lot of comments about it initially, which made me not want to try it because a lot of people were like, well, it's like so red, it's more like blush. But I found like the perfect color for it to actually bronze my face, and it like gives you this nice little gleam. I feel like it's going to be perfect for summer. NYX is on to something with this Buttermelt series. I really like the blushes, and I also really like this blush. It is so pretty. I'm going to go back through just because my face is getting so dark and just add a little bit of contour, reverse contour to give myself some dimension. This is the Huda Beauty powder. And I'm trying to think of what else we need to do. We need to set this face with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. We need to do my eyes, and then we're out of here. Did we make good time? No. Is that okay? Yes. This is not by any means new to this channel. This is my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I'm going to go through it and just kind of like brush everything off and just like pull the whole face together. Oh, I almost forgot to do my brows. We are using the One Size in Brow Kiki. I'm really just going to like fill things in. I think I'm gonna go in with my powder and just add like a little bit over my brows so it's not so shiny. I thought about putting on lashes, but I think I'm just going to do mascara. Everybody always talks about how YouTube is like kind of like a dying app. I feel like I see people posting all the time, so I kind of don't agree. It's always like the big YouTubers that are like, YouTube is dying. I'm curious, who do you guys watch on YouTube these days? I'm trying to be as consistent as I can. Some days, some weeks, it's just definitely harder, especially if I've had a more stressful work week. The last thing I want to do is get in front of a camera and film because I'm already so tired, but I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. So who are you guys watching on YouTube right now? Because I feel like once people get like really big, which like fair enough, they don't really have time to like sit down and film anymore. I used to watch Leah's face all the time, but she doesn't really post as much. So who are the girlies or guys that you guys are watching on YouTube right now? I need new stuff because it's a little bone dry out here. I was going back and forth on what I actually wanted to do for a lip because I still have no idea what I'm wearing, even though I need to be out of here in the next like 10 to 15 minutes. If there's one thing that I'm going to do during a video, it is rush. I'm using my Makeup Forever pencil in Limitless Brown. I feel like a pink look would be cute, but like, what am I wearing? But instead of doing that, let's do this new Fenty lip oil. This is in the color Coppa Cake. I was actually debating on if I wanted to get this because, like I said, I'm trying to limit my buy. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Shut me right up. This is so pretty. Does it go with my look? Not really, but we're gonna do it anyways. Ooh, this applicator too. It's like, it sits perfectly on your lips. Like, guys, I just love makeup, so that's why I talk about it like the way I'm talking about it. But this is so pretty. I was gonna buy it because I was like, girl, you don't need it. This does not go with my makeup look at all. What should I do? Because this is like giving very like 90s, like, and then this is giving very like soft girl. Maybe I'll just keep it. I'm going to set my face, and then I'm going to decide what I do when I come back on camera after it's already set. I need to get this off my eye. I'm a mess. Rihanna also just came out with a hair care line. How do I feel about that? I don't really feel a way about it. I don't think it has to be sacred versus Fenty hair. Black women are allowed to do the same thing around the same times without it being copying. So like, maybe let's not have these conversations as well. Like, there's just certain conversations that I'm so tired of us having. This is kind of one of them because like, it takes a while for things to be produced. Like, why can't Beyonce have a hair care line and why can't Rihanna have a hair, like, let's think bigger. Let's think bigger. Let me set this face and then I'm gonna change and I'll be back on camera. Same setting spray, not different. We already know how this is going to wear, especially with like all of these new products. So let's keep this the same at least. All right, so this is the final makeup look. I feel like it looks a little Casper the Friendly-ish ghost, but it does not look like that in person. I'm keeping the lip. It is what it is. I have to go. I'm out of time. I planned this very poorly, but let's run through the list like very quickly. This, nothing but a dream. I would absolutely suggest this. It is not beginner friendly. You really have to play with like the creams and like powders to get the look that you want, but when you get the look that you want, it's well worth it. I love this. The NYX bronzer, if you can find the shade that works for you, I would definitely recommend this. It's just like so pretty for the summer because it has just like this gleam to it. I'm just gonna be using this all summer. This is gonna be my go-to summer bronzer. If you can get a color in it, pick you up one. I know a lot of people were having issues with it. They had to use it as like a blush just because it was like too red, but I found my perfect color, so hopefully you can too. These, fire. If you're looking to get into the blush game, I'm going to do a video on like all three of these and like the colors and everything. If you're looking to get into blush, I would definitely suggest these. I think these will be perfect for summer too because they have like a nice little gleam to it and it's like super pigmented for $10. For $10, you see that? You see that? $10. If you're in the market for new brushes, these Sigma brushes are really nice. They're really soft. They're really easy to use. Just wait for a sale. Sigma always has a sale. So this lip oil is so pretty. I'm going to have to find something more appropriate to wear it with, but you know what? It works for now. It's fine. This primer, I think I actually like it better than the Power Grip primer. It like definitely helps stick your makeup to your face. Like I don't think anything is falling apart right now. We'll see what it looks like in a couple of hours. I think I actually prefer this to the Power Grip primer, but we're going to have to keep testing it out and see. But from what I have tried, I like her. I want to say those are all the new products that I tried today. I may be wrong. Comment down below and let me know what you think of my makeup. Let me know if there's any new releases that you saw and you were like, huh, I need to pick that up, but I want Tamara to test it out first. Comment down below and let me know. Once again, we are on the road to 500. We are over the 450 mark, so please keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.